Hello guys, so let's continue with our application. So here I think let's have some padding around this grid view. So maybe let's wrap it with the padding, and then let's hot restart. Okay, I think this is better. Then let's now navigate to these 4 screens. Okay, so let's go back to the main screens. Right click here, new dart file. Let's say settings screens.dart. So type stf. We have a stateful widget. Let's name this as settings screen. And then here let's just return a scaffold for now, with a body which is a center widget. And then let's give it a child of a text widget, which just says settings screen. This is what we're going to have for now, const. Okay, so let me just copy this and let me create another one, which is going to be our about screen.dart. Okay, stf, let's say about screen. Then I can paste what I copied from there, and then let's say about. Let's create another screen, which is going to be our okay. So this screen, let's hold on a bit. So this screen is going to be the screen where we go to when we click here and here. So let's go back to our test tab. So you can see that if I click here, come to this screen which says game setup at setup game time, which is exactly the same when I click to play with a friend. Okay, when we playing with a computer versus a friend, we have to come to this screen to pick a time. Okay, so which is this screen that we are going to create here. So let's say game what can we name it? Game time or game. Let me just check what let's just check the title here. Set up game time. Or we can just say game time screen. .dart and stf, say game time screen, and then let's just do that for now. Then set up game time like that. Okay, and then now let's go back to the home screen. So when we click here, let's say navigate to set up game time screen. Okay, which is the same within here. And then now we need to navigate here. So let's say navigator dot push see, navigator dot push like this, material page route, then let's say context, what's that screen, game time screen like that. Okay, we can have a const modifier here. So we navigate to this screen here. Let's copy this, paste it here, and then here we say navigate to settings screen, navigate to about screen. Yeah, so we can navigate like this, or we can say navigator.push named, and then we name the screen. If we have put the routes here, which we are going to do, we have to do that. So let's go to home screen, and then let's paste this here, and then let's just change this to settings screen, paste this here, and let's change this to about screen. Okay, we can restart our application. Okay, now let's try to click here. So we are going to game screen. Let's come back and click here. We are going to game screen. Let's come back, click here. We are going to settings screen. We are going to about screen. Okay, we are navigating just fine now. So settings screen and about screen, we can leave these like this for now. We will work on these ones later. Let's work on game time screen, which is this one. So here on top, let's put our app bar. And then let's have a leading, which is our icon button. Let's remove the constant keyword here. On pressed, we're just going to say navigator dot pop context, and then the icon, we just say icons dot arrow back. Let's have a constant keyword here, and then what else do we need? Background. We have our colors dot blue, which means we need to put an icon color here. Colors dot white. All right, and then let's put the title, which is going to be also a text widget, which says setup game time, or we'll say choose game time like this, and then it's also have some style. It comes from text style, which is also just the color that we are changing here. Colors dot white. We can have a constant keyword here. Then that's it. Let's hot restart, then click here. There we have our title, and then we can also go back, which is the same screen as this one. Okay, now let's work inside here. We also now need to have a grid here in the center, which is this. Okay, 1 2 3, which has got 3 like this and going down. Okay, so let's go back. So for time saving, we can close these settings, we can close about, then we can go to our games. No, actually home screen. Where did we put our grid? This grid here, let's copy it. But here we can have instead of doing this like a lot of times, we can do something else here. So what we can do is we can create a grid view builder inside here. We can create a grid view builder, but first we need to create the list of these items. Okay, so let's go back, and then I think let's create a helper class. You can minimize this, and then here under lib, let's create a new folder. Let's name this as helper. Then inside helper, let's right click and a new dart file. Here we can just say helper methods .dart. Okay, so inside here we can first create the final list a list of string. Okay, so these will be now game times. Game times, like that. So this will be a list of our game times. So let's open that up, and then let's see what we have. So we have this one, bullet 1 plus that. So this will be a string. We're going to say bullet 1 plus 0. That's the first one, and then I can just copy this. So let's close that one out. Then let's just paste it a lot of times there. So we have that, and then we have 2 plus 1, and then we have 3 plus 0, and then we have 3 plus 2, and then we have 5 plus 0, 5 plus 3. Let's just create this quickly. Okay, so there's my game times, and then I've also added the custom 60 plus 0 at the bottom here. So once we have created these game times, we can anyway, let's close this one and save it, and then let's go back to our application. Okay, once we have created that, it's time to create the grid view here. So let's create it. So let's remove this, and then let's say grid view dot builder. Let's come down here, and then the delegation, we can have a constant sliver sliver, what is that? Sliver grid delegation cross-axis count, this one. And then here on the cross-axis count, we are going to have 3, and then let's also have the child spacing ratio. Let's have it at 1.5. And then the builder, we're going to have context. We need to do it like this. Context, and then index. And then we're going to build down there. So down here, that's where we'll return our builder. And then let's get the item count up here. So for the item count, we're going to get our game times, the one that we created there, dot length. Okay, so this game time is let's go to it, which is this one, dot length. So that's going to be our item count. And then here, let's first get the first word of the time. So let's get the first word of the game time. So to do that, let's do final string. This is going to be our label, which will be equal to game times at index, the one that we are on, and then we're going to split that at space. We're going to split that at that space, that is, we'll get the first index. So for the label, we're going to get that game time at the index at the current box, and then we'll split it where there is a space here, this space, and then we'll get the first index, okay, which is 0. That's how we are getting the word from the game time. And then the second thing, what do we need to get? We need to get the second word from the game time. Okay, so get the second word from game time, which is the second thing here. This is the first thing, and then this is the second. Okay, so this is at index 0, this will be at index 1. So let's go back there. So to get that again, let's just copy this and put it here. But now here, instead of a label, we are getting a game time, and then game time at index dot split there, and then now we are getting the second index. So now here, now we can now return our widget, which which our widget is. Okay, the one that we have made here in the home screen to reuse this one, but since it's in the home screen, we can't access it globally here. So what we are going to do is we are going to cut it here from the home screen. Then inside our helper here, maybe let's put it on top with the first method that we created. So we just need to import all of these. Let's just import. yeah, it's there, and then which means here inside the home screen we just also need to import it. And then in the game time screen here, let's return our build game type. Okay, so on tap, so okay, let's see here. So yeah, let's go back to our method. So we've seen it takes these as optional, okay, the icon and the game time. So let's go back here. So the label, we know we have a label there, which is this one, the one we are getting from the first word. And then the game time, so we know now we don't have an icon, we have a game time. So let's put the game time here, and then put our game time, which is this one here. And then the on tap, it's a function, we have to do it like that. Let's say move it like that, like that. Now it's time to check the on tap. So first, let's not go anywhere. Let's get the selected index. So let's do print. What we want to print here is this, let's say selected game time with a $sign, and then what we want to get is this at this index. Okay, we will say we need to open the brackets here and then say game time at the selected index. That's what we want to print when we click. Okay, so let's go ahead and test this. So I see we have an error. Let's close this out. Okay, the error is gone. Let's go back here and then let's restart the application. Okay, the application has started. Let's see if we have an error of what we have done so far. If we enter here, we can see that now we have all the times, okay, which is great. Now let's see if we click here, we will have the selected game time. So here we've got 1. Here we have selected game time plus, which is wrong. We don't want to be getting it like that. Then here we have 0. Yeah, we definitely have an error here. We need to fix this. Okay, let's see what's going on. Okay, so our error here is coming from here. We are checking the game time, which is this. We don't want to get the index of the game time. We want game time from this game times with a S. This is a game time. This is one game time. We need the index of this game times. Okay, so let's copy that and paste it here. So here we need this game time, which is 1. Here we are getting it from game times. Okay, so here we want to print from game times. Okay, so let's hot restart one more time. Then the application has started. Let's either this or this. So this time let's open this. It's opened successfully. Click here. Now we get the correct bullet 1 plus 0, 2 plus 1. If we just click there, we are getting this correctly. Then we are getting all these. We are getting it correctly. We are getting it correctly. Okay, so that's it, guys. We have created our second screen, which is selecting the game time. Maybe before we end this video, let's wrap this also into a padding widget. Let's hot restart. Then we have them showing better like this. So that's it in this video. Thank you guys. I'll see you in the next video.